Welcome, Psych 310 students. This is my week 11 commentary. We have 5 weeks left in the semester now that we've returned from spring break, and we've taken our first look at existential and phenomenological studies of personality. In the next 5 weeks, we'll focus generally on good endings. Please post your plans for the week's workshop number 3 at the end of April, end of this month. Now is the time to be organizing peer groups. Turning to the content of this week, we will be looking at cross-cultural studies of personality and the issue of the role of culture. This is a great entree into what I think is a series of final topics in this course that I find to be very captivating. I hope you do too. The key words to start with, key concepts this week, are etic and emic, E-T-I-C and E-M-I-C. Etic are personality traits or features which are cross-cultural or universal, possibly. And emic traits are those that are indigenous to a particular culture or subculture. Needless to say, we get into issues of stereotyping here, and so good critical thinking skills are really, really important. Cross-cultural research is exciting, but to do it well really demands a lot of attention to what it is we're trying to accomplish and how we're accomplishing it. You'll also, in this week's work, be looking at such constructs as collectivism and individualism and their relationship to personality differences and personality types. Indeed, when we look at collectivism and individualism, it takes us to the very core issue of the nature of the self. And what you'll find is that in more collectivist cultures, the experience of the self and the identity of the self is quite different than those of highly individualistic cultures such as our own. So again, this is a rich area, and if we proceed cautiously, we can really make progress in looking at what traits are transcultural or universal and what traits are emic or indigenous to a particular culture. And then, of course, we get to the issue of individual uniqueness and the very riddle of the authentic self that we were beginning to look at last week. You're hopefully also spending some time developing your course projects. If you haven't started now, you're essentially getting into trouble. So please contact me, and I'd like to help expedite that and make your project more rewarding and perhaps more efficient than if you do it in isolation. So remember that learning is a team sport, and I'll help you when I can. Finally, just a reference to this image on our web page this week. This is it's almost a spoof. This is an online self-assessment quiz to detect your secret nationality. So please take it as a fun exercise. Needless to say, the science behind it is highly dubious. Nevertheless, humor is a topic that's dear to my heart, and so I hope that we'll be able to revisit it on a regular basis. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I don't think there's anything more. Chapter 13 is your reading this week, and again, it's very rich, and hopefully we'll have a good week on the discussion board. And again, post your plans for workshop 3 so that you can complete the required oral presentation prior to the end of the semester. We are now about a month away from the end of the semester. Thanks for your attention.